realize how close to the American border that we are in Medicine Hat. I could be at the border in an hour if I was driving 120 miles an hour. But anyways, so I want to have a $10 toll for cars coming into Alberta, and I want to $25 for big trucks going out because everybody's going to America. I want the train to pay and pay and pay again. There'll be no more free trade. We'll do a Trump on that. I want to start charging these companies but actually with the CP and the CN, I'll call it truce, and then I want at least one or two smaller passenger trains to go across this country from one end to the other every day. I want you guys to do that for nothing, because the only ones that are making any money on the oil business is the railways, because we sell it at such a low price. Believe it or not, only $12 a barrel. Rachel Ollie said one time they sell it at a deep discount, but they didn't. It's $12 a barrel, and if it says 50 on the stock market, we're still only getting $12 a barrel. So, but anyway, I want to. I don't know what. I'm trying to sell trees, but I tell you what, it's hard country, boy. To make a deal down here. They should be lined up 6 deep, but I don't really like locking on doors. We got a pretty good bunch of trees here. I just don't know what's going on with people. They're not stopping, but I was going to use them as lawn signs. You betcha. Everybody make up their own sign. Vote for Dave. In the winter, I just sometimes find myself thinking I'll try to get the kids' vote. So. I could find the youth center again, I could get the kids' vote. And then they could sell the paper for $3. So if they had $10, they could buy 3 issues and then print them and make $300. You could take it door to door. The Midnight Special Express Extra. I could have a new paper every day, new front page every day. It'd be a hard job being a newspaper guy, I'll tell you. Like, I can put out 1 issue, but yeah, I could use some sponsors. But I found out today, I finally got a break, because I was expecting on having to have 100 signatures, and in the Medicine Hat, since it's whatever, they give us 1 seat, they should give us 10. But you only need 50 signatures. I got maybe 5 signatures, but of those ones, there's probably only 2 that qualify or whatever. But I got 50 signatures. Get registered with the newspaper guy, or on the radio, both the TV and the newspaper guy won't put me on they won't give me any coverage. So I get my damn signatures and get registered. But as far as the election goes, like, you can do the same damn thing, but there's a deadline on the time that you can register to be a candidate. It's like 2 weeks before October 21st. So you got like 10 days or something to get your shit together. But if you're lucky, you only got to get 50 signatures. No money down. The criminal record's okay. I can't leave Canada, but I don't want to leave Canada. I don't even think I want to leave Alberta. Tell you the truth, if I get enough people in place, I want to get 300 Indians in every jurisdiction. I want them to run 2 or 3 First Nations people, and we'll turn it into a lottery. But one thing I don't agree with is fracking, because I see what goes on out in the field. They're like literally pumping out. They build a small pipeline of water going to the bush or wherever the hell. I've never really seen it happen. But the thing is, my big my oil baron friend said, if you stop fracking, you'll start drilling. And I told him, I said, you said if we stop fracking, you can start drilling. And then he said, I didn't say that. I said, yeah, you did. I said, well, tell him that anyway. That's what you said. But anyway, I think it makes sense. But the thing is, and I was just reading in the paper that we want to shut down 2,500 shallow wells in Medicine Hat. Let's turn it into a bonanza. Because I think there's old-fashioned ways to get oil out of the ground. I know I might have a connection for a guy that gets old abandoned oil wells and then converts them over. Okay, thank you. Well, I don't know what to say. I'm going to call my friend and say, look, we got 2,000 wells in Medicine Hat that they're just going to basically shut off or some damn thing. And there's going to be hundreds of people out of work. And I guess it's the city that owns them, but don't throw away all your... You don't throw the deal out the window. Anyway, but there's a big leaders debate. I tell people, if you don't want to, I say when I'm done talking to them, I'd say, yeah, take the time to check out the People's Party of Canada. But one good thing about that son of a bitch is he'll say what he means, and he's usually right. So and he's French. What I say, he's a French Canadian instead of an Englishman trying to speak French. I don't think Trudeau's a true Frenchman, but true Frenchmen, they got a good work ethic. So in Medicine Hat, we got a bunch of immigrants, but I actually was walking getting signatures, and I went and talked to some of these immigrants, and I actually kind of enjoyed it because there was like different kind of people, you know. And, the one guy was from Syria, but I was glad he got out of there. But that's what the People's Party of Canada want to do. They want to, like, my idea was to have like bigger than New York City style immigration to get people the hell out of their countries because there's too many people in these small areas and then after a while they get pissed off and have a war. So what People's Party wants to do, from what I understand, is they want to take in refugees from distressed areas in the world, which makes sense. And I also want to stop, I'll just use this for my soapbox, but I want to stop, I'll just be off the top of my mind, but just to get it out of the way, I'm going to make it illegal to have photo radar cameras at traffic lights. I'll try to ban completely. But yeah, I'll ban no photo radar because my argument is it's distracted driving. Because in Calgary, I know where the lights are on a certain road I go, and then when I know the light's coming up with the fucking camera, then I got to slow down. I got to try to gauge my speed. I can't run the light. I can't hit the yellow. I got like 3 seconds to make a decision. I got to scan, and then if I'm out of my area, or if I'm just every light I come to, I got to scan it for photo radar camera setup. So, and then I've actually slammed on my brakes just so I don't go through the damn light, because I know if I do, I'll get a fucking ticket. I got $500 worth of tickets, and my license expired on the 22nd of September. But I'm gonna be broke by this election. I don't really have the 500. One time I had to sell my prized possession. It was an antique fiddle from 1776. I had to sell it for $400 just so I could keep driving. But that's one thing we never talk about is I just got pulled over today already in Medicine Hat. I've been here one day. I got pulled over one time. But anyway, the guy was giving me shit for selling trees. Well, he was trying to make a deal out of selling trees, and I just kind of laughed at him. But I did tell him I was going to make door or yard signs with them. So that's what I should do. And then I could put in an ad in the paper. I've got just about enough money to run this ad. I have 18 really nice spruce trees for sale from Sundre, Alberta. I brought some trees with me. Best I've ever dug. You can buy them at I'd like to get $40 and $10 for the campaign. $50 a tree planted, but I can probably do it. Everybody will be happy. I'll do it for free. $40 a tree planted. So we'll have to call Dial Before You Dig, but we'll give them some work. And then I can just come by and plant the tree for you, and then you can make your own sign. That's an idea. I want to have the kids make their own signs. You betcha. Have a Vote for Dave signs made. The adults won't endorse me to tell the kids about it. I'm tempted if I get paid for being in politics. I was thinking I'd give my son $50,000 if he doesn't go to school out of my paycheck. But the thing is, I know one of my ideas is to sell jean jackets, and they're like, I get them wholesale. I found them in the cowboy store, and when we were kids, everybody had this kind of jacket, but then they went out of service or whatever. But now they're making basically the same coat, but it's like $60 to buy, and you can sell it for like $90 easy. But everybody needs a coat. It's a polo, it's a blanket, it's a raincoat. We used to wear them right out till there was nothing left but the liner. So I got that on my sleeve. So if I do win the election, I'll buy $6,000 or $7,000 worth of something. But the thing is, I was gonna commit myself to taking over the old Royal Rock and Roll Bar. And anyways, if I won the election, I was going to spend, I know it's kind of a losing proposition, but a lady is leasing it. But anyway, they really tuned it right up, man. That's got to be one of the nicest bars in the whole entire world. But the best thing about that bar that I never noticed about it, because I wasn't looking to make any money, but they got 2 bars. They got a big ass bar, and then they got another little service bar. And then the stage it's an L-shaped building. And there's more seats there than a fire. We'll have to call the fire. I want to have so many people there that they're going to call the fire department. And I got this band out of Calgary that I ran into when I was on the election in Banff. I went to a bar in Calgary. She was playing. It's been a long time since the rock and roll. Been a long time. And then I videoed her and stuff. And then I got a CD from her for campaign contributions. So I said I'd promote her a bit. So then I made a CD cover. And it says money back guarantee. Bring back the rock world tour. Envies the band. But if I had this newspaper, even if it cost me $1.25, I could put prize in it. And then I got quite a few different prizes. Because this lady's got 3 CDs, and I had enough money to buy one. They're only $10 each. But if you go to the internet and look up Envy, but nothing does her any justice except in person when she can, like she's such an entertainer. And she's got 3 albums, but what we want to do with her was my idea is we'll get her a gig, and then in between her sets, instead of playing Jimi Hendrix or whatever, we'll play like all of her stuff, and we'll try to sell her CDs and stuff. But the band, they're like beyond stardom, but they're not there yet. Anyway, I got no buyers. I got a buyer for my trees in Okotoks. So then I'd have to drive all the way to fucking Okotoks, which is about 3 hours drive or more. And I gotta pick up the cash. I told him $350 for 18 trees. And then he might take some pine trees, so then I'd have to boogie out to the bush, do some digging, and then maybe I'll drop some more advertising on my setup. I won't worry about getting all my signatures, but I need 50 signatures. I could almost hire someone to get them for me, $1 a signature. But anyway, it's a taunting task. They're trying to make 50 deals in a day. Trying to get signatures is like being a salesman and having a 7 out of 10 sign-ups. But as soon as you say you're a politician, half the guys want to just kick your ass anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's not an easy thing I'm doing, and I'm just trying to make a difference for the good. I might not even go to Ottawa. I might even forfeit my seat. I doubt it though, because I want that $157,000 paycheck. It's $170,000, but that's not what it's all about. But if I had money, I'd give my wife like $30,000 a year. I was originally gonna give $5,000 to Salvation Army. I might still do that to be doled out $5 at a time to the homeless people. In the morning, they each get $5, and then they could have a coffee. That would make their life a little bit easier, because if you got no money, it's pretty hard to get something to drink or eat when you're hungry. Anyways, let's see. Nice setup for selling shit though, right here. Got a big ass parking lot, right? Best part of the whole thing? That's Medicine Hat city limits. You're out of your jurisdiction, boy. Get back in your cruiser before I call the boys down here. You're out of your jurisdiction, boy. Okay, come on, let's get a sale, people. Come on. Want to buy some? It's like asking people, you want to buy some trees? Want to buy some trees? I got a sign up in Medicine Hat because I ran it. There's a little break. Oh yeah, baby. Never seen those guys. That guy can ride right along with those big old honking handlebars, but I don't think I'd ever want those big, huge. But he was just cruising down the highway, boy. Yeah, it was good. I had a bike one time, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if I'll ever publish this video, but either there's no money in this town or too dry down here or something. But Maybe I might have to circle my wagons, and I probably got enough money barely to get to Okotoks. To sell the other trees to get a little bit more money to go again. And I got to abandon my efforts in Medicine Hat. But the only thing is, I'll make some money, not a hell of a lot, but I can do some advertising from Sundre area, and then I got this little library in this secret little location. And then the best thing about that library is you can talk on your cell phone and raise hell if you want. But because one time there was a guy in there and he was complaining to the secretary because it was too noisy, and then he was telling the secretary off. The secretary basically said, "If you don't like it, get out." But anyway, I can work on my website and stuff at a place where I feel comfortable to work. There's only usually me there. It's not like 13 computers and all, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of the computers. I know a hell of a lot about it. I can make my own website in about 5 minutes. I used to try, but I still am, but I just never get around to it anymore. But I was trying to make money on the internet ever since I turned it on. It's 50 to join the party, then you can sell tickets for 50, and then there's a 10% tip to the original seller. So if you buy the deal off the guy for 50, and then you sell, when you're allowed to sell, and you say you sell 10, so you make 500, so you give your guy 500. If everybody sells 100, it's $5,000, so you give your seller 500. And then if your guys sell 100, then they owe you 500 each, so everybody makes 50,000 on 100 deals. So that's about it. But I'm gonna have to write. It's only a paragraph, but you're supposed to build your own website on GoDaddy. Copy and paste it, so they can't just tear one guy down. That everybody be a self-contained idea. And then it's mail, cash in the mail. You gotta have a mailing address. I guess that's the way it is. Or you can do e-transfers. And PayPal, you can try it, but they might kick you out. Anyway, I'll get back to that later. Thank you. I gotta sell some trees here.